What is up, YouTube? It is Matty and it is 7:17 AM. I've got a meeting at 7:30, so this is going to have to be quick. But welcome to a brand new series from 99 to 100. That's the name of the series. What is it about? It's all about the cleanup attack and amending a strategy that you've seen someone else try, refining it and making it become that 3-star with the extra knowledge you gain from traps. And in fact, watching someone attempt an attack, you can immediately see weaknesses or where it fell short. And normally with a couple of sort of key little tweaks, you should be able to change it up and bring home and amend it into a 3-starable strategy. So that's what this series is about. Hope you're pumped for it. I've got the perfect example to kickstart it, and we are just currently searching for a war. But it's from the Bada Bing clan war, which, as everyone knows, was a scrim that we did. It was an arranged war where we did win, which was great for the EE guys. But it's a friendly anyway, so we're not here to brag or anything like that. But the attack I want to show was done by Tim, the first one. So if I search down on number 8, there you go. Look, and let's have a little look at firstly the base. Big wide spread, lots of potential spots for double giant bombs. It's just one of those bases that's it's clearly an empty 3-star. A lot of it could be potentially difficult to make a plan for because it's so out there, you know, very wide compartments, that sort of thing. So what we're going to do, we're not going to deliberate too much on the base. We're just going to watch Tim's attack, because the point is to watch how someone attempted it and then how it can be refined into a 3-starable strategy. So at the start, he unfortunately caught an early air mine or bomb to wipe out his minions that he was using for the funnel. So he's had to drop an extra wizard down to create the funnel for him. So the camp goes down, and then the spell factory goes down. He wants the queen to basically move towards 9 o'clock, which is the left side of the screen. He's dropped quite a few healers on her. Now I don't think he needed that many healers, basically because he wasn't going to come across too much point defense at the same time. So I think he'd have got away with even 2 healers on the queen here. But anyway, he's going to move on through the base. Look, moving south. In a minute, once that air defense goes down, he's going to use a single hog to go and get the pull. That one didn't quite go where he wanted, I don't think. So he's dropped an extra one. Look for the wizard tower. There's the CC pull. Now he's going to use the queen to take it down, and then he's going to break in at 9 o'clock. So you can see the wizard down at the bottom to funnel. Wall breakers in. There he goes, look, allowing the queen in. Now what's happened, unfortunately, is the dragon's gone and targeted the healers, which is a little bit of a disaster, because that's the last thing he wanted to happen, because now his queen's almost, well, she is stuck. Meanwhile, while that's going on and the queen's taking down the king, he's going to break in at the bottom side of the base with a group of giants, and let's have a little look. He's got some healers on them to keep those giants alive. I think because of the air defense position that you're going to find that those giants the healers end up dying, and then therefore the giants end up dying as well. He's using a rage spell to break them in. They redirected once that defense went down, and he has got a pecker in as well, but doesn't matter. Extra hog in there to go and take the air defense down, but look what the air defense is doing now. It's just going to rip through those healers, which is unfortunate. He has jumped across into the next compartment. The one healer did survive, which was nice, and now he's just going to reinforce that side with his hogs. The queen died when she was just after she took down the king to that expo, which was a little bit of a shame. And at this portion of the raid, it didn't quite smooth out. The king's over there sort of wasted, just bashing walls. Meanwhile, the hogs are trying to take down the Teslas and everything, but because there's so many defences outside of that hill, it's going to just fall slightly short. Also, the timing didn't seem to quite work, but there it is. Look, straight onto a giant bomb, and now the raid is essentially over because his hogs have just dwindled. Even because the king's on the outside, he can't go and do any damage to those defence. So yeah, it was a really nice attempt by Tim. I think it was a variation on, I think it was the bluecoops strategy, which everyone knows is a famous mixed strategy. But let's have a look what Alfa did, because he did make some pretty key changes that completely turned the tide of this raid. And it's one of the best of the war as well. Everyone commented to Alfa on it. Now, firstly, look. So he hasn't got 7 healers. He's only got 3. That's the first big change. He's already dropped the first golem, and what he's doing a golem walk. So he's dropping the golem towards the top side of the base. Gonna drop some healers behind it. Look, only dropped 1 healer behind the golem. Now that's kind of key. Didn't waste minions at the top because he knew about that. Used a single loon at the start as well to take down that mortar. That's also key because it just affects how he can drop the hogs in a minute. But because there's not a huge amount of point defense, that golem's gonna take a little bit of damage, but then it's going to regain quite a bit as it moves through. Now the queen's in a good position as well, so she's going to and the expo's tanking for the queen as well, which is great. So it's just a little bit of a subtle change there. A single healer used at this point, and then he uses a giant to distract, so he can use his wizard funnels, similar to, and wall breaking in. Look, there you go, wall breaking at a slightly different portion or part. The wizard's still creating the funnel. Golem's still going up front. Look, the golem is just doing that major distraction front. The queen's there. She's going to take down the enemy king. Poison spell to help everything as well. Rage to help the queen take down the king, and then take down the CC. So that golem is going to, I imagine it's going to pop soon. But the healer, it's really helping because it's under rage as well. Now look, here's another key difference. So healer's coming in from a slightly different angle on those giants, and then what he's going to do is use a couple of hogs again to go and take down the air defense and the cannon. So a couple of hogs initially to get onto the wizard tower to get it down, and you can see the healers are not dying at the moment. They're not in range just yet. I think they might move in soon. Oh, apologies on the Wi-Fi symbol that's come up. And no, they've stayed out. The queen's still the queen has taken down the expo, which is kind of key as well. So it's all moving a bit smoother so far. The healers. Oh. Now the one healer did die in the end, but look at this rage spell with the hogs there. Everything's moving in now, but he's able to get the hogs straight in, rage through, and then that heal spell that little bit deeper, meaning that the hogs are just going to push in, and he saved a couple for the back end of that cannon as well. And just watch this now. Here come a huge group of hogs coming onto that final wizard tower. Boom. And now it's a completely different raid almost. The king's in there, the queen's in there, still alive, all those hogs still alive, and clean-up troops as well. So some very, very subtle changes there into, and to be honest, Tim highlighted certain points of that raid which made sense. The route where he did the AQ walk was great. The break-in point was pretty great as well, because he could have got the expo from it, and the king. And the breaking point at the bottom was the same as well, for the giants to move across into the core compartment where the queen is. So Tim almost showed the way, and Alfa basically refined it into bringing that 3-star, which is what it's all about. This is what Fair Play War Clans are about. It's about trial and error a little bit, but if you don't succeed at first, use the knowledge you gain from the first attack to help you with the second one. And that rage spell there really made a big difference, because the queen just went ham, took it all down. I'm interested to see what he did with his king actually, and how he got his king in. I think it's going to be a jump straight in for the king, because he's going to place the jump in such a way that the giants get to move across, and the king potentially, this is what I think might happen in a second. But you can see, because the way the queen is, she's just helping take down, well, the CC at the start, but then she's going to move on to the sweeper and potentially even up towards the wizard tower, but we know she doesn't end up doing that. But there he is. Look, there's the king rushing in, almost being that point where he's going to take down as much as he can. He's just sort of rushed straight into the base, and it just made all that difference, I think, at least anyway. Unfortunately, the hogs did die that were taking down the wizard tower. The heal could have been that ever so slightly higher to actually keep them alive, and then it would have been even, you'd have had even more survive, but it doesn't matter. The point of this video is, I hope you enjoyed looking at a raid where, yes, a few sort of key things were changed, but it's essentially a very similar attack, and that's what it's all about, using the knowledge you ascertain from your first attack to refine it and then bring the 3-star home for the clan. So great shout out to Alfa. I hope you're going to enjoy this series, guys. I'll probably do multiple raids in the next couple of series, in the next few episodes, but for this one, welcome to this new series. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.